Welcome to DWBIADDA channel. Please subscribe for latest training videos.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the lectures on computer vision. In the last lectures in Opencv, we were actually doing a mini project in which we were detecting the characteristics on the number plate of a vehicle. We extended it to, like, suppose we have n number of files in an image and we want to get like the license plate, like the characters written on the license plate of each and every car without manually reading each and every image one by one. So how we'll be doing that? So we'll be talking about that. I mean, we talked about that in the last lecture and we found out that okay, using os.less directory, that is os library in Python, is actually a good idea. And we were basically copy pasting all of the previous code that we have actually written. So that was taking a lot of time, and hence I told you that okay, we'll meet in the next lecture where I will show you what the final result actually looks like. So without wasting much of our time on this, let's get started. So yeah, so I've already run this piece of code for you. It's the same code that I was copy pasting from the previous one. Only the change is that, I mean, instead of like I have all just copy pasted these pieces of code, and I'm just not printing the stuffs that were getting printed, or yeah, opening the image for you. Rest otherwise everything remains same, and just reading that from the folder that we currently have. And if I run this piece of code for you, then this is the result that we are currently getting. So first is like we have an image known as car.jpg, and the number plate is actually mh20ej0365. Let's see if it's working or not. mh20ej0365, it's mh20ej0365, which is absolutely correct. And the second is again kl65k 7111. KL65K 7111. It's again the right answer. Yeah, so that basically means like our project is working absolutely fine. It can work in a directory of images as well. But now what remains to be sorted is that the special characters that we are actually getting. So it's very easy to actually filter out the special characters. Maybe you can actually use the concept known as regular expressions, or maybe you can use the manual method as well. You can say like, okay, if there is a underscore, or maybe there's exclamation, or maybe there's a question mark, or there is a um, at the rate symbol, so we could just ignore this. So I will be trying something similar. So maybe I can just write something like, let's say, bad words is equals to, it's a list, and in the list I have exclamation, I have at the rate, I have underscore, and let's say I have question mark as well. Like you can like actually include many more, like as per your needs. I'm not stressing on that, but I'm just giving you a final reason on how to do this, right? And what I can do is now I can actually create over final for I in final. If yeah, for I in final. Now what I have to do is like we have to check if I is is any of these words or not. So basically that means we have to iterate in bad words as well. For j in bad words, right? If I is equals to j, then like don't do anything and just like break from this for loop, I would just say, right? Like break from the jth for loop and go back again to the first one, right? And else like just continue, does not matter, else continue. And after like when it's actually over, so what you can do is you can just pin this over here, like print I, and then end is equals to something like this. That is you are not leaving an extra space, like an extra line. So what it will be doing is that like it will be searching for words like I. Let's say I is k, so it will be searching if okay, if k is equals to in like in bad words or not. If it's there, let's just break from this for loop, and when we'll be breaking from this for loop, we'll be coming out from the for loop. And okay, we'll be coming out from the for loop and it will be printing this. I don't require like when you like come back from the for loop to actually print this. So maybe I could actually add a variable which is known as flag. So let me just define a variable known as flag over here. So flag is equals to 0, let's say. And what I can do is if I is equals to j, let's say flag is equals to 1, and else we are just continuing. And sorry, if flag is let's say 0, then only we need to print I, otherwise it's not required. So yeah, so as soon as it gets breaking from the for loop, it comes over here, and if flag is equals to 0, then print I, otherwise it's not required. And then flag should always be reset to the current variable, like the current word that you are looking for, to 0 over here. So I'll be running this piece of code for you and check like if we are getting only like the desired result or not. So let me run this code back for you once again. And okay, it should be actually print I and end is equals to something like this. And let me print once again for you. Yeah, so as you can see, like we are getting the result as MH20J, EJ0336E5, and KL75K7111. So maybe what I can do is like at the point when we are getting a special character, we could actually print a space, right? Else print space and end is equal to something like this. So run this again for you and let's see the final result this time. And yes, now we are actually like getting the correct results, or like we are not printing the special characters. So this is how you actually deal with this concept. Maybe you could have actually done like if you're pretty sure that you will be using this concept on Indian cars only. So you know that Indian cars would basically be like there would be something like two characters or two letters for state, and then two letters for, I mean, you can basically count like how many number of letters are there in total, because that will remain same on each and every car in like in the country of India. So this is how you can actually work with it. There are many ways to go around as well, like it does not matter like how you do that, but until and unless you get the final answer, everything is all right. So I hope you have like enjoyed this lecture and you have learned something interesting and important from it. See you in the next one. Thank you.